tonight we're coming to talk to you guys about the five love languages. Starting with number one, words of affirmation.
Physical touch,
Quality time,
um, receiving gifts,
acts of service. So my love language is acts of service, and your love language is
being myself. I mean, today, just until the day I did, I mean, I just figured you do what you do in your relationship. So, mine is what? What is mine?
physical touch and quality time, and we're going to break that down in just a minute. Okay, so acts of service, it can be any expression of love in which you're serving others, right? Helping someone with homework speaks volumes. Washing the dishes speaks volumes. Taking out the trash, all those acts of service. Helping others, acts of service, right? Receiving gifts.
And
now,
this is how that you.
This is how I love, and this is how I receive love.
So it would be the same on both sides. You would love somebody the same way you would receive love.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And we're gonna get to you in just a second.
Okay.
Receiving gifts. Now, don't get this mixed up with like materialism. Like, regardless of whatever the cost is, a person just looks at the love and the thoughtfulness that's put into the gift. It can be a card. If it's thoughtful, a person would absolutely love that. Now, missing a birthday, putting together a hasty, thoughtless gift, now that would destroy someone. That would be disastrous. So, if
I get a sticky note and write "I love you" and give it to you, is that a good gift or a bad gift?
Oh, that's a good gift for me, because first of all, receiving gifts is not my love language, but that's a good gift to me, because to me that would be a service. Like, you wrote that for me to put a smile on my face.
I see.
Right?
Yeah, you just had to stick it on your steering wheel or something on your car when you see it.
Or like how you left me a note in my car that time. It was so sweet.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm making sure
quality time, right? And so this is yours. Like, nothing says I love you like, sitting and giving undivided attention. Put the fork down, turn the TV off, like, put things on standby, truly feel love. So that resonates with you, right? Mm-hmm. Mr. Frito Man. So that is his love language. And so quality time, is when you just want that person's undivided attention. And then physical touch. Physical touch is another love language that I think is yours. Those people tend to be very touchy. When it comes to me, Lewis is very touchy.
That's not so my wife.
Right. Yeah. But you're also touchy with you're always tickling. You are, your love language, one of your love languages is physical touch. You know?
But I'm just saying, like, I love my brothers. I don't touch them, tickle them. You know what I'm saying? So
true, but that's like your secondary love language. So for instance, what is the rule when we are away from each other and then we come back together? When I walk in the house, what's the first thing?
When my sugar head, finna get a kiss or something.
Right.
Yeah.
When we leave,
I'm like, I love you, get a kiss for sure.
Exactly. That's important to you. Mm-hmm. That is a way of showing love, right?
Yeah, because you never know. You never know what could happen. So you gotta leave on a good note.
Absolutely. So the thing about love languages, and there's a book, The 5 Love Languages, that Dr. Chapman wrote. That is a great book to get and read. You can also go online and take a quiz if you want to. But the key is not just to learn your love language for yourself, but to also learn the love language of the people in your life, because my love language is acts of service. So I go and I do and I serve, right? Like, if someone needs something, if someone's sick, if my clients are calling me, I'm on it. Like, what do you need? I'm there. If family members come over and they're struggling with something, I put things to the side. Okay, what's going on? Let's talk about it. Let's talk through it. Let's figure it out. Mine is acts of service. And so that's how I receive love. And that's how I give love. Mm-hmm. So when I'm at the private practice and I come home at 9:30 at night and I walk in and it's, we have Himalayan salt rock. So the house is lit up with those and all the lights are off, and my hubby has Alexa playing something smooth and he has the essential oils going. That speaks volumes to me. that speaks to my love language. Like, that's when I'm like, yeah,
You know why I
it
do
is
that?
what it is.
Because
What?
I'm a Mac, and I be trying to get you in the mood.
Macaroni. So
Okay.
it works. So it works. However, I can come in the house and I can stop, walk through the laundry room and stop in the kitchen and see something and start cleaning up or going through the mail. And again, my love language is acts of service. So if I'm cleaning up, it's because I want my house to be clean for my family and for my guests, right? But Lewis will turn around. He may be watching a movie and he'll turn around and look at me all crazy upside my head like, "A woman, what you waiting on?" What he's wanting is physical touch.
Yeah, damn, you know me too. That's what's up.
That's what he's wanting.
That's what's up. Yeah, you know me.
And so,
That's cool.
even though I'm loving him by coming in and seeing something that needs to be straightened up and I'm straightening it, it's not necessarily speaking to his love language. So, I'll check myself. I'll see him turn around and look at me, and I'll hightail it right on over there. Even though I'm like, man, I really need to just get this done. I'll go over and take care of it for him. Because that's what he needs. That's how I speak to him. That's his love language. Me knowing that, when he looks at me, I'm not wondering, what are you looking at? Or why are you looking at me like that? I already know what the deal is. His other love language is quality time. Again, I could be in the kitchen cooking, or I could be doing something, and he'd be like, "Babe, won't you just come sit down?"
Yeah.
Right? Won't you come and watch TV with me? Those things are important to him. Me, not so much. I can do, go. And he'll be like, "Hello." For instance, we had couples night last Sunday, and one of the things we talked about was going out, right? And my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, Courtney and Jamal, was saying, y'all always out. Y'all always going out. And Lewis was like, "No, we don't. No, we don't." And one of the things he said was, "We go out with other people, but we don't go out with just the two of us." So I got that. I heard it. I recognized it. So on my calendar, I've scheduled time for just the two of us. We do have time, just the two of us. Just not enough time for him. But that's okay, because I love him enough to speak his love language. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to have that quality time together. Also, I have to know that, my love language is acts of service. And so that means that I'm always on the go and I'm always doing. For me, that's how I love. So sometimes I get lost in all of it. Like, I'm just out and I'm doing, and he's just kind of like, "Hello." And so I have to check myself and go, you know what? You're in a relationship and you know his love language, you better start speaking it. And that's what I do.
Okay, let me ask you this. So, say for instance, you didn't know this, and you didn't know my love language. Would you consider me to be needy? Somebody that wants the time or whatever?
That's pretty good. Okay, so if we go back to healthy communication, yeah, let's get to the real. Let's go back to the healthy communication. If we were communicating healthy, which is our next topic, if we were communicating healthy in a healthy way, where we're trying to understand one another, then no, I would just know that there's something you need. We're all needy. From our love language, we're all needy. We're needy in different ways. Whereas it seems like I'm not needy, right? So it seems like I'm not needy because I'm always doing, I'm always going.
No, you needy because you have me do stuff.
Exactly. But when I have you do stuff, are they acts of service?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But I do call you and say, "This is what I need."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can you go do this for me? Yeah.
And when you do it and you come in, how do I greet you?
What you mean? You show me love.
Like today, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're speaking my love language. Good job. So, how do I speak to you in your love language?
What do you mean?
Am I doing a good job? Do I have
yeah,
okay?
'cause like,
Question.
you like, babe.
Grade me. A, B, or C?
Hey, I'm finna tell you why. It was like just the other day, you was like, "Babe, you heard me grunting because my shoulder is messed up. You want me to do the cupping and the massage?" I'm like, "Yeah, because that's doing my love language right there."
You said no because it was late, and I said it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah.
Because I wanted to speak your love language.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was also speaking mine. Acts of service. It was hurting me more listening to you grunting than it was hurting you to actually feel the pain. So it felt better for me to do that because, again, that's how I love. That's my love language. So you actually allow me to speak to you in my language. I'm asking you, do I speak to you in your language, physical touch and quality time? Not all the time.
Yeah, but you do though. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about speaking to you, and yeah, I got you.
Right.
Yeah, you do though, because a massage is
It's
good
physical touch. Yeah.
Exactly.
But what about quality time?
quality time too? We do stuff like, which I mean, staying up late, and I know getting up early in the morning ain't good, healthy all the time,
But I do what I gotta do,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, though, I know that I can do a little bit better, and so that's what I mean. Like, it's not like we got it all together and we are doing everything perfect and right. It's just that we have tools, and when we need to use them, we pull them out. Look at that. We pull them out and we use
I'm
them.
hungry. I'm trying.
We pull them out and we use them. So if you don't have anything else to say on the 5 love languages, I'll let you go eat, because that definitely isn't good for you.
I know these are corn chips, and also you do what's the other one? Affirmation of gifts and stuff like that. You actually, like when you shoulder her. Let me get this shoulder thing for you. This ice pack that's made exactly for your shoulder.
Oh, you talking about receiving gifts or giving gifts?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, or you'll do like the dang, like I'll come in and you'll be done ordered me a shirt or something, or you always looking out for me on the gift thing, and I'm like, man, that's what's up. So.
Yeah, that's true. But I that's not my love. Receiving gifts is not my love language.
But okay, so that's what I'm trying to understand.
Because
you can speak it, but receiving is there. What I was saying a while ago.
Right. So like this. Okay, so when you get me things, I appreciate them. But how excited do I get?
You don't even care. That's cold.
No, no, I did not say I don't care. I said I appreciate it, but I don't really get excited about it, because that's not my love language. My love language is acts of service. But when I walk in the house and it's smelling good and the music is playing, you gonna get it, right? That's my love language.
I see.
So, your love language is quality time and physical touch. And so when we spend time together, like we did last night watching the movie, that's your love language. That also leads to your other love language, which is physical touch. And that's okay too, right? Now, one of the things earlier today was our cousin Utasha said that what men need to understand is that if there's acts of service, then there can be physical touch. And I said true, but that's vice versa. I think that we can't look at it one-sided. We can't say, well, if I'm not getting my acts of service, then you're not going to get your physical touch. That it can't be done like that, because, again, remember, if I'm winning and you're losing, the relationship loses. If he's winning and I'm losing, the relationship loses. The key is to do my part, whether he's doing his part or not. I know to know better is to do better. So I know what his love language is. So I'm going to speak that. Let the sanctified wife sanctify the husband. So I'm going to do what I got to do until he comes around. Now, don't get me wrong. That's with communication too. Healthy communication. You talk through your issues. You sit to listen and understand. And then you respond to action. And so, it's true that, if I come in and everything is together, that physical touch is going to be met and that quality time is going to be met. Now, if I come in and these things aren't done, now don't get me wrong, I'm not going to withhold anything. We'll talk about it. And when we come to some understanding, then we both are able to love each other in the way we need to be loved.
Talk about it like what? What do you mean talk about it? Like just
ain't
no smell good in the house. Ain't nothing to talk about. It just ain't no smell good in the house right now.
No, if you wasn't speaking my love language, it don't matter about smell good, right?
I see.
It's not just so it's not just hey, it's Friday.
You're gonna get it after the video.
We've had a long week, and and we're ready to go out and hang out together. So, but as I was saying, what was I saying?
We was talking about if it ain't no smell good in the house.
Yeah, it's not
doesn't
about
matter
the
if
smell good. It's about speaking someone's love language, just in general across the board, right? If I said, "Hey, babe, I'm stranded with a flat," what are you gonna do?
Shoot, you go over there, can't even leave you stranded nowhere.
Exactly. Now, if I call and say, "Hey, baby, I'm stranded with a flat," and you say, "Well, call the tow truck," how likely am I gonna come here and be like, "Hey, babe"? Not likely, right?
Right.
Now, of course, if there's something, that's a whole different thing. But I'm just saying, like, being intentional to speak someone's love language. If I never spend quality time with you, if I'm like stingy with the goods, you're gonna be like, what are we doing here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's important to be able to speak each other's love language. It is the success of a relationship. It's one of the successes of a relationship, and so
do it without even trying.
right, you do a good job, but
I didn't even know these categories existed on the code to tell you. It's just,
but a lot of it is because we communicate with each other about our needs and our desires. We're very vulnerable with each other. Like, you're not afraid to tell me what's really going on in your heart, in your mind, and I'm not afraid to tell you. And I think that that's a compliment, because what happens is that we get to know each other better. We are good friends, and our goal is to work together to be our best selves together, and that's what we do. Right.
Yeah, right.
So, anything else on the 5 love languages?
No.
Okay. Well, guys, that's the 5 love languages. If you want more, you want to know more, there is a book, The 5 Love Languages. You can get it from Amazon. If you have any questions or you want to hear about a topic, please feel free to leave some information in the thread or post or whatever you want to call it. And if you want to hear about a topic, I think I just said that, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Okay. If you have a comment, feel free to do so. Just remember, this is what works for us. It doesn't work for everybody else. We're not the couple guru or whatever. We just like to share. We just decided that we want to share all our goodness. Right, babe?
Right.
So, this doesn't, apply to everyone, but I know that there are good tools that, if you take the time to individualize them to you and your relationships, that it can make for great relationships, right? We love it. We love it. We love how we communicate. We love that we think of each other. We love that when we consider doing things for self, we think of self as 2 and not self as 1. I love that we're not selfish in our love and in our relationship. I love that I can talk to him about anything and everything. And more than anything, like, he is my best friend. This is my go-to. And so me and my go-to are just sharing things, right, boyfriend? So you guys have a beautiful Friday night from the Edinburghs.